Why did King Midas have perfect eyesight? Because he always had 24 carrots. I told that joke to Jelly, and she said, "Did he eat those carrots?" And I said, "Did he eat the gold? I guess he might as well have." Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. Happy January. Welcome to Golden Glory, the road to El Dorado on Game Boy Color. We will not exclusively be playing Game Boy Color games. I know it seems like that. I know it seems like I'm really picking on the Game Boy Color. But we've got, hopefully, a double feature tonight. I'm starting a little late, but I have 2 games planned. The Road to El Dorado, and later, if we can manage it, The Emperor's New Groove. Another pair of games that I think fit very well together. But welcome in. We've got Dead Zergling first in chat tonight. We've got Serac of Lamb, Lucent Jelly, Pokemons, Stream Kyle, and our mini lurkers. Thank you for being here. The big man appears to frown upon us all. Sorry I'm late. I overslept, and then our order of formula that was supposed to arrive today didn't show up. So Jelly had to run to the store, and then we made some frozen pizza for dinner, but that took a while, so happy to be here with you, though. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being here. Complimentary golf clap. No, the ads. I'm sorry, Stream Kyle. We do a mix. We do a mix of breast milk and formula. We started with just the breast milk, but we had to supplement it with formula. Oh. El Dorado, Dora the Explorer confirmed, Pokemon says. If only I had more. What is a Ubi key? I don't even know what that. Multiplayer stuff. Alright, we've got password, that's good. That might help us out if there's technical issues. Let's look at our options. The credits are in the options. We've got to let the credits play. I don't think they're automatic. I think I have to hit the button for them. I was right. We had to do the same, Zergling says. Yeah, yeah, I think we're probably in a similar situation. That sounds like us. We were gonna do all real milk, but just wasn't working out. So Baby Man gets about half and half. We went through those kind of quick, but I mean, they gave me the power to advance them. So if they wanted their names on screen long enough, they should have thought about that. It probably won't last long, Pokemon says. I'm happy to have you here for however long we can, Pokemons. And again, sorry I'm late. Toward February, though, you might find the stream more convenient, because we will be shifting earlier. It will happen. I know that's going to be terribly inconvenient for some people, but there is a time change on the horizon in a few weeks. We Have Credits might be a good game after all, not when the credits are accessible from the menu. When I think about it, I'm actually kind of shocked by how little I feel like I remember this film, because I'm sure I saw it multiple times. It's one that we had on tape. But it's just not in here. I tried something silly to add to my little treat tonight. Normally I have coffee, butter, and a small square of chocolate as a treat. I tried sprinkling the butter with cinnamon powder. It's fairly amazing. I mean... yeah. I would think those go well together. Heavy on the might be. Yeah, so it's just my thought. My thought is, if the developers make the credits accessible from the menu, that's an indication they don't expect anyone to finish their game. If they're so worried the credits won't be seen, but they have to be right up front on page 1, then that's a bad sign to me. We have a character. We have to select a character? Alright, well, I guess... I mean, I don't know what the pros and cons. I guess we'll just alternate. Ooh. Alright, it's a little bit... My character feels heavy. I feel like I'm moving through water. Oh, I mean, we have an attack. Is that a whip? Got a jump. The camera is actually really good. It's panning instead of locking the character center. We can look down and up. I have pineapples? Is this a weapon select? It is. Don't waste your pineapples. Alright. I mean, this might be okay. Ledge grab and climbing? There's no fall damage, right? None yet, anyway. What? What? The clouds are platforms? What? The clouds are platforms? There's a snake in the gold? Was that extra pineapples? I think it was. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on already. This game looks good. This is a pretty detailed running animation. I mean, look at that flowing hair. Make this jump? Sure can. This might be R.I.P. Bull. Oh. I hope cows didn't see that. EpiPen, welcome in. Welcome to the road to El Dorado. This may be a very complicated sort of game. Now, do both of these doors actually lead to the same room? I think they do. Wow. Okay. This world is quite meticulously designed. We can defeat a bull with a pineapple as well as a sword. Wow, what a jump. It's a little bit difficult to tell what's a platform and what's not. There's a little bit of issue discerning what's a platform and what's not, especially when the clouds are platforms sometimes. But the only thing that could improve my situation right now is a double jump. I mean, I have a melee attack, a projectile. Maybe the other character has a double jump. He can grab the clouds. Glad to see they kept to the source material. Good old Aladdin Game Boy controls. So Aladdin on the Game Boy Color is a fascinating game. Because it is a demake of the Genesis game. Like, pretty one-for-one. Like, they've had to cut out some levels and parts of levels, but as much as they could, they... Which is weird, because there's a demake of Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color as well, and from what I remember, it is 1-to-1. It's 8-bit instead of 16-bit graphics, but if I recall correctly, it has all of the levels and everything intact. I haven't played it in a while, and I'd like to go through it again. When we get some extra time on the stream, we'll definitely play Game Boy Color Donkey Kong Country. But... which I know some people will be more enthusiastic about than others. But hey, maybe the Game Boy Color version will be less irritating, since it is different. I guess we'll see. But yeah, they did a demake of Donkey Kong Country, and it's, I think, the complete game. But the Aladdin one, which Aladdin's a much smaller game, they cut a bit of stuff out. I actually like Game Boy Color Aladdin better than Genesis Aladdin. So, handle that information however you need to. It looks like a bumpy road. I mean, so far pretty alright, actually. I was a little bit worried when I first controlled the character because it kind of feels heavy. Feels a little bit like you're moving through water, but that first impression, I think may be pretty off. Everything else about this so far has really impressed me. For the, 5 minutes I've been playing it. Just wait and see. Let's just wait and see, because I like every game for the first 5 minutes. In a couple hours, I'll be crying about how much I hate this. Oh no! I think I got hit, but my health didn't go down. Also, I think maybe the enemies respawn, so don't worry too much about eliminating everyone. Can I get up there? Have I been in here? Yes. And yes. Just a huge leap of faith. I can't go in here? Shocking. Hey, Chozo Brain, welcome in. Remember when you liked Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt? That's different, because I liked Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt at the end of the playthrough. Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt is an awful game and no one should play it, but I kind of like playing it. Oh no, that was not a collectible, that was a snake. Oh no. I need some health, quick. Another snake! That wasn't more pineapples, that was more health. Oh, the other one is pineapples. That's bogus. I was ready for that snake and It's my fault, I blundered. It's my fault, I blundered. Does it just walk to the end of the screen? Nope. We have a goal. There's a specific goal point to reach. Oh, that's good. I might have missed something if I had rushed to... what's he doing? Ocean's finest 16-bit game. Oh, snake. Oh, that was the end of the stage. We were looking for... So I guess we're collecting parts of a treasure map. Alright. Well, that was great. That's a fantastic level 1. Okay, we'll swap characters. Our characters seem to be identical. What? That guy was a million miles away. There's no way I hit him. What? The gust of wind that follows my sword slash is enough to bowl that guy over. This music sounds a little bit like the rendition of Be Prepared that's in the Lion King video game. There's a part of the melody that almost sounds like, "Be prepared for the chance of a lifetime." It's not exactly, but it's close. The hitbox on the sword is wild. That guy was gonna... Ah! Surprise snake! It looked like that guy was gonna beat me to death with a fish. I think that's what he's carrying, is a big fish. Well done, EpiPen. It might save you some time if you found a horse and rode to El Dorado. That one I like. I like that one enough that now I'm a little annoyed that I can't use that if I have to play another Road to El Dorado game. Oh. That's a good one. Which, spoiler alert, there may exist another Road to El Dorado game. Across and across. Big jump. Oh, we made it. Thought I might miss that grab. With all these gold coins we're collecting, we're not even going to need the treasure when we get to El Dorado. I'm gonna need a Scrooge McDuck vault just to hold all the coins I'm collecting along the way. I know I'm missing all the stuff down on the street level, but we'll, you can't jump down through platforms. Like duck and A won't let me hop down. That's an unfortunate oversight on in the controls. Alright, you really want to be able to jump down through platforms. I feel, but that's just a small thing. I wonder if maybe one character is easy mode and one character is normal mode. Because the hitbox on this sword is way too generous. And I don't remember if it was like that with the other characters, so I need to swap and see, or pay attention when I swap, regardless. Would have been swapping anyway, just because I think that's a good idea. Did I get an extra life? I did. My health is full. I've got plenty of lives. What could possibly go wrong? Let's not pick that up just yet. We don't want to miss out on anything the levels have to offer, right? We have seen everything the level has to offer. So, at the rate we're building this map, we could be finished, like, within 6 levels, and I really hope that's not the case. Bull roaming free. So we have to play? Okay. Ah, boss! Oh, it's auto-running. We can roll. There's no attack. No, my jump! It ate my jump input! Surely I'm gonna have to roll soon, right? No! I got trampled. R.I.P. the Deathless Run. Oh, password time. This is my final index card, so... This is... N1 DL. I don't know if that's an H or a K. KM? I'm gonna guess K. Hey Derek, welcome in. Welcome to The Road to El Dorado on Game Boy Color. So far, really fun game. The what gift? Okay, switch back for a while. Ah! Spiders on the floor. Where are all the gold coins? Wait a moment, look at that guy up there. That guy up there is straight out of Aladdin. What's a key? This is a UB key? I found the UB key. Can we climb the rope? We can climb ropes! Nice. Okay, thank goodness there are still some coins. They've become much more rare, though. It's a good movie, too. I was saying, I'm actually really surprised. I don't remember much about the movie. I think the only part of the movie, I think they play a sport where you have to get a ball through a ring or something like that. Part of the way through the movie. I think that's the only thing that I remember about it. And I'm surprised because I feel like I've actually probably seen this movie a number of times because we had it on tape. But it's just not up here anymore. I definitely have this one in our DVD collection now, though. I know I've got it on the shelf, so I could revisit it. Have to play the game first, though, because, you know, no spoilers. I hope that climbing the mast is an optional path and not a mandatory path. I saw these flags. I saw just the edge of this flag at the top of the screen before, and I thought it was a ghost. Is that the moon? That's a lazy moon. If that's the moon, the moon was the art. That better not be the moon, because there's two of them. I don't know what else it could be though. Why? Why would you tile the moon across the background? Immersion ruined. Were they worried? Were they worried I wasn't ever going to climb up to the top to see the moon in the background, and I would... They're like, well, we better put an extra one down here, because if he misses it, he won't know it's supposed to be nighttime. So far, I've found 4 moons. There are more moons in this game than Super Mario Odyssey. I missed that spider, really? I disagree. Oh, the crazy long attack hitbox is not exclusive to the other character either. It doesn't matter who we play as. I'd rewatch this movie for sure, Derek says. How do you feel about the Emperor's New Groove? Because that's our that's second on our list for tonight. As long as I can get through this one fast enough. Not that I want this game to be short. I would actually, I'm enjoying this game enough that I'd actually prefer for this one to be long, for this one to take all night, and I have to do the other one tomorrow. That would be a fine fate. I don't know that I'll be so lucky, but I'm very much enjoying this. I could easily play this all night. That's a great movie, too. It's probably down there. Whoa! I don't think I've been down this passageway before. This is definitely a game where exploration is its own reward. Because you could very easily just rush to the end of all this without collecting anything, and you would in no way really be punished for it, and you're not really rewarded for scouring the level for all these collectibles. So this is very much a game of, like, to make your own fun out of it, in a way. Because there's not a... Oh, wow. Alright, so... Well, I don't know about that. That map is more toward the middle of the stage. It appears to be more toward the middle of the stage than right at the end. I don't know if that's true, though. Was this? Alright, that's... Alright, never mind. I have a morning shift tomorrow. Probably won't make it toward Game 2. I'm happy to have you here for as long as we can, but I understand other responsibilities coming up. I wouldn't want to take away from your rest and well-being and productivity tomorrow. Good luck with the morning shift. I'm definitely a second and third shift kind of person. Early shifts have always been really rough for me. Yeah, you gotta go when you're needed. I definitely get it. What? Are you a boss? Okay, this is an attack and retreat situation. Oh, nope. Never mind. It looks like we can just stand there and wail on him if we time it right. Or just don't. Just mash the button, and we can just stand here and wail on him. Oh my goodness. Alright, well... The boss battles are kind of... That boss battle was pretty disappointing. The game has been great in every other respect so far, but that boss battle, not very good. The running from the bull stage, I like conceptually, but also is not super well executed because your field of vision ahead of you is a little bit too limited. It's hard to react. So that stage also was like not great. This boss was super weak. I would give the running from the bull stage like, I don't know, like a 3 out of 7. But I'd give this boss a 2 out of 7. The big waterfall. Okay, we'll go back to Tulio. This reminds me of the Hakuna Matata level in the Lion King. It's a pretty lazy comparison because it's just like they're just both like jungle. With no specific similarities. But the other game's already on my mind because of the music from earlier. I can't climb this vine? I thought for sure that vine would be climbable. That's a door? Oh my goodness. There's gotta be, like, a term. A lot of Game Boy Color games have, like, their music has this, like, one specific, like, warble quality to it. Hey, Salem, welcome in. Oh, well, no spoilers, please. You're talking about games from our future right now. So heads up, no specifics, please. Because I'm on my way to treading a similar path. We've got this, we've got the Emperor's New Groove, and then yeah, the PlayStation 1 games are also on my agenda. I did see a very no worries, Salem. You haven't done anything wrong or anything. I'm just heading it off. I did see a very small part of the beginning when Sark started that up, but I didn't stick around for it. I hadn't originally known if I was going to be able to get my hands on the PlayStation games, but I mean, not like they're super hard to find, but I didn't have them in preparation. But we should be doing those now. So we'll see. This game is actually really good, though. This is the Road to El Dorado. This one is this is a really solid platformer. The boss battles are pretty weak, but the actual levels are fine. The control, like the movement felt a little underwatery to me at first, but after you adjust to it for a few seconds, it's not bad. And I might have been being hypercritical too at the start. Uh-oh. We have a 0 hit. It's another game with a 0 hit. My health bar is empty, and yet I live. I pointed that out in the Polar Express when we played that when your health bar is empty, you still have 1 hit left before your life is actually gone. And I pointed that out and said I think it's the only game I've ever played that did that. And now everything I play is doing that. This is the 3rd game now. I don't remember what the other one was. Maybe Ants? Three games in the past, like, 2 weeks have had that 0 hit. 3 weeks. That's a game a week. Yeah, one of these days you're gonna come into a Sark stream and see the Enigma game you're planning to play. Probably. I mean, that's the risk you run, right? Because you know, I like to watch streamers that play a lot of the same stuff same kind of stuff that I like to play. So it is a risk. It is a risky run, but I can't, you know, I can't exactly like ever begrudge someone for what's happening on their stream, right? That would be incredibly, like, I don't even know the word for it. Poor-spirited of me. I would hate to even imagine being that person. Oh, thank you for the bits. Very much appreciate 100 bits. Thank you for that. Looks like Pitfall. Yeah, I mean, running through the jungle on an adventure. It's been a little while since I played. I've only played, like, the really old Pitfall games, which is probably what you mean. I know that there are more, like, update games as well. I haven't played those. I've only played the, Pitfall 1 and 2 on the C64. I might have played the Atari. No, I tried to play the Atari one, but my cartridge is busted. So yeah, we only did that on the C64. Pitfall's a really good game. I like Pitfall. Improvements have been made since, though. No! Rip the Deathless Run! I already died once on another level, actually. And now, here's a good question. Do the coins we collected respawn? I actually kind of hope they don't. It doesn't look like they do. Just because I don't really want to feel obligated to recollect everything. Yeah, it looks like they don't come back. I like it. It makes it feel like collecting them is more worthwhile, right? When they don't respawn. What? Oh, I'm gonna raise my kid with quality games. That's a good question. Like, that's a good question. Like, you know, what will I give? How will I introduce Baby Man to, video games? What will I give him to play first? I've got a long while to think about it yet, but it's not something for which there is an obvious answer. Thinking of the Atari C64 and the SNES one. Yeah, I haven't played the SNES game yet, but I would be curious to check it out. it's been recommended to me before as something I might would be interested in. Which the thing about that is, like, when people tell me I might be interested to play a game, or I might like a game, like, that doesn't really say whether the game... That's usually a sign to me that the game is either really good or really bad, but it doesn't suggest which. When someone who knows my taste really well gives me a recommendation, it could go sharply in either direction. Hey, I've got to use these pineapples more. This should not be a no pineapple run. I only recommend quality retro games, to be honest. There's a YouTube channel I watch that is 10 Things You Don't Know About Movies. They did the live-action Inspector Gadget. It was interesting for sure. I remember that movie. I probably don't know 10 things about it. Oh no! When that live action Inspector Gadget movie came out, I got really inspired by that. I was probably, I don't know, maybe I was in middle school? Maybe elementary school. When that came out, I got really inspired by that. I built these like, I don't know, like 2-foot Lego statues of Inspector Gadget, and like built gadgets into them, so like it could extend its arms and legs, and had a propeller in its head, and the chest would open up. I built 2 of them because I gave them different gadgets. I gave them different sets of gadgets. I probably have a photo of that somewhere. That was a pretty fun project for me, because I played with Legos a lot when I was a kid, but I usually wasn't very creative with them. I feel like that's one of the things where I actually built something halfway competent. Would you say certain Sonic games qualify as jank, or do you think they're too subjective? I mean, Sonic 3D Blast is definitely super jank. Sonic games in general are a little jank. I feel like the whole like gotta go fast is like the greatest lie in all of video gaming. That is not the way to play a Sonic game. Gotta Go Fast is propaganda spread by Robotnik so that players will lead Sonic to his doom. Now keep in mind, I grew up with Nintendo, so of course I'm super biased. But, like, I've played some of the Sonic games on the stream, right? I've played most of the Genesis games. And I've enjoyed playing them, but... Well, that plant is just invincible. I've enjoyed playing them, but there are issues. There are issues with them that annoy me greatly at times. I really hate the way that the timer works in Sonic, because, like, the levels are so open and there's secrets hidden, so, like, it encourages, like, a real depth of exploration, but then you have this time limit that just undercuts that severely. And the way the time limit interacts with checkpoints, such that, like, you can hit a checkpoint with 2 seconds left on the timer and then die, respawn at the checkpoint, and the timer doesn't reset, so you die 2 seconds later. So you basically lose 2 lives for the cost of 1. It's horrible. Stuff like that just drives me out of my mind. I don't know how to collect these things up in the sky here. I wish I did. Maybe I can throw a pineapple at them. Oh, if that had worked, I would have been super impressed. I mean, I still haven't really lined up the pineapple just right, but I have a feeling this is not working. He calls Sonic jank, but loves Bubsy 3D and Donkey Kong Country. Makes no sense. Bubsy 3D is super jank, but I love Bubsy 3D, yes. Donkey Kong Country is definitely not jank. Donkey Kong Country is what Sonic wishes it were. Donkey Kong Country is a delightful speed game. Gotta go fast is DK's motto for sure. I saw this film and remember nothing about it. I'm kind of in the same boat. Duck something. I know I've seen it, and I know I've seen it multiple times. But, yeah, I don't remember the specifics about it for sure. I believe I remember there's a scene where they learn to play some sort of sport about getting a ball through a ring, I think. I can kind of picture that, like, montage in my head, but so far as, like, the plot and, like, the various characters and stuff, it's all lost. Where's the director's cut of Inspector Gadget? 30 minutes are left on the cutting room floor. You might be the only person requesting that. You might be the only person requesting that special edition, Derek. If live action Inspector Gadget has a huge following, I'm definitely unaware of it. I know some people really love Spinball and will be offended by people calling it jank. So I actually haven't played Spinball much. I played a little bit of it when I was a kid. One of my aunts had a Genesis, and I think the only game she had was Spinball. And I played it a little bit. I don't recall hating it, but I also don't really remember what it was like. Alright. I'm gonna have to abandon those floating coins. I'm just, I think that I think I was supposed to use an enemy to reach them, and I eliminated that enemy before I could take advantage of the height that it would have offered. Frownie actually has a secret channel called Agent Bubsy. The thing is, I love Bubsy 3D. I hate the other Bubsy games. I'm not a Bubsy fan. I'm a Bubsy 3D fan. But Bubsy 1, horrific. Bubsy 2 is like less painful, but not much better. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one asking. You're not wrong. And I don't care, Derek says. That's the right approach. That's the right approach. Hey cows, welcome in. Pleasure to have you here, my friend. I was thinking about you because there's a fair amount of bovine characters in this game. How goes the jank? Actually, really well. So far, this game is pretty great. The bosses have been pretty bad, but everything else is really good. Controls well, you've got a lot of moves, the animation's really good. It's not frustrating. It's really good. It's really, really good. I kind of like the vibe of this level. They sort of like, I don't know, it's got sort of a cave feel to it, but also some bright colors. Still like the movie for what it was, Derek says. Oh yeah, you can't jump down. You can't even jump down off of the ropes. Lack of the jump down is a little rough. They should have given you that ability. It's not a major problem, but it's an occasional inconvenience. Fall on the spikes. I'm kind of surprised. You usually can't climb up a diagonal rope in a game, right? Usually diagonal ropes are just like a downward, like, zip line exclusively, right? I don't know if I can think of a lot of examples where you can climb them in games. I don't think there's any point to going down there where those enemies are. I didn't see any collectibles. Uh-oh. There's some flickering happening at the bottom of the screen. Don't crash, game. Hang in there. The Road to El Dorado is a wonderful movie. Of course, the game has to be good too, Cal says. Oh. That's the line of thinking that gets people into a lot of trouble, Cows. Scorpion. There we go. Nope. I can't stand on that cloud? Now wait a moment. On level 1, the game explicitly taught us that clouds are platforms. And now suddenly they're not. Is this safe? It is, okay. I mean, it looked like the waterfall from the other level that was safe to walk on, but if the rules for clouds are subject to change, then who knows what you can trust. The snake! Does this pick a path? Am I gonna be able to back out if I choose the wrong one? I need some health. Wow, I thought this level was done. Yeah, see, I can't get off of this rope. We can slide? Don't slide right into the spikes? Rude. Oh no, it's the end of the stage. Hang on. I don't want to be done with the stage. I want to look for more stuff. Nice. We can go back around for the coins that I missed. What a generous and benevolent game this is. Extra health? No, snake! That's a lot of coins. I think that we're good in this direction now. Please don't hit a bird or a spike. Thank goodness. I missed some of those coins. How did I fall through those? I was pretty sure that scorpion was going to take some of my life from me. Very glad it didn't. Alright, let's go. The swamps. Tulio time. This very pixelated. I thought this was in the background. This is a mist in the foreground. I thought this was a lake in the background. I was gonna say this pixelated lake is very like Commodore 64 quality. Now that it's a mist, I'm not even sure. These vines are in the foreground too. You know what? These look pretty good. The stage looks pretty good too. I like their choices of colors for the game. Things like they really pop, and they're... Is this safe? But they're kind of like slightly atypical color choices, where I feel like a lot of stuff is in shades that I don't see a ton of. A lot of cyans and magentas. Agreed, it's a nice change. Cow says, yeah. Yeah, I think it looks really good. I make this jump. Yeah, Mary-Kate and Ashley fans are in shambles right now, because Jankuary has a new champion. Jankuary has a new champion, and its name is the Rodell Dorado. Something would have to go so wrong for me to hate this game now that I just I can't imagine such a universe existing. I'm confident enough to tempt fate by saying all this, he said with a nervous laugh. I'm glad you managed to read that as change, because goodness, I think my fingers had a stroke. Oh, well, I didn't even notice the M until I took a second look. That was an easy autocorrect, so it only looked like one letter off to me at a glance. It just looked like you'd swapped the H in change for a J, and I was wondering if maybe that was just part of the Latin American flair that you were leaning into, since in Spanish, right? J makes and what is an English H sound in Spanish? Yeah, ha ha ha, very funny. Well, I didn't know that Leaf was mobile. I don't think we've encountered a single moving platform so far in this game. What a surprise. That's how you set and subvert a player's expectations right there. 7 stages without a moving platform, and then everything that we thought we knew is turned on end. Looks like we're at the end of the stage. Let's do a quick double check for treasures. I see no extra treasures. Let's go. Let's find the eagle in the mine. Help me, Miguel. The cavalcade? What? Oh. Okay. No, I'm trying to experiment with the controls. So this is the same in principle as that running from the bull level, but this is significantly easier because in this we actually have visibility. And in fact, this one was too easy. The running from the bull stage was too hard, and this one was too easy. I'm impossible to please. Frownie is just horsing around. PC 8 XP1. Altivo, I'm guessing that's the name of the horse. I was saying, is this game supposed to be their journey as they follow the map to El Dorado? I'm not... So, the first several stages we seem to be collecting pieces of the map, and now maybe we travel to El Dorado? The story's been really sparse and difficult to follow. I think they assume already a base level of familiarity with the source material that I don't have. Though I was saying, I know I've seen this movie probably several times, because we had this on tape. So, it had to have been in rotation. But it just doesn't live up here anymore. I was saying the only thing I really remember from it is I think they learned how to play an ancient sport at one part, where you have to get a ball through a hoop. His sparse story, no wonder Frownie likes it. I mean, that is one of my favorite details of any game. I'm right. Yes, Cal says. Yeah. So I kind of remember that scene, or like maybe montage of that part. But the rest of the details have not stuck with me. How many times have you seen the Ewok movies now? I feel like I'm accumulating negative viewings. I think we're back to Miguel. And I picked Tulio instead by accident. Say la vie. The transparency of the waterfall is alright. Ooh, I like this neon green doorway here. It's like, neon isn't quite the word, but very vibrant. No, I ran onto the spikes. Watch what you're doing, Frownie. The design of the rats in this game is like out of control. The rats are huge and monstrous. Is there something up there that I'm missing out on? Can't really tell. It looked like there might have been. I don't know. There might have been an area up there. It didn't really look like there was any way to get up there, though. These birds are just impossible. Oh, that was a doorway too? Oh my goodness. It's a little tough to tell what's a door and what isn't. In the cave. I noticed the green was a door. That red, orange. Yeah, I did not think door when I saw that. Oh, so many coins. This is the wrong movie for ROUS. Roos. Rodents of unusual size. That went right over my head. That went right over my head. It's from The Princess Bride. I failed you. I've seen The Princess Bride once. I've seen it once. I've been meaning to rewatch it. The Princess Bride has been on my mind as like a rewatch kind of thing because the grandpa is the grandpa in the movie is played by Columbo. If I recall correctly. And you know, I'm this gigantic Columbo fan, so I'm convinced the Game Boy and Game Gear have the worst music in video games, Chozo says. There's some good music. A Link to the Past has some good music. Some of the Mario Land tunes are catchy too. That's Labyrinth. Yeah, that movie is rad as well. You remind me of the Babe. That's on SNES and GBA. I know what you mean, though. Link's Awakening. Did I say A Link to the Past? I meant Link's Awakening. I was thinking of the right game, because I was thinking of the Ballad of the Windfish. I guess I misspoke. Yeah. Yeah, Link's Awakening has some good music. What else has good music? I don't know. I don't know how well, I mean, I can't defend the Game Gear at all. I've barely played any Game Gear games, but, I'm not really equipped to defend the Game Boy either. You know, the game, they only expected you to be listening to all of these songs with, like, you know, with that little speaker that cost like a nickel, so. What? We're looking for our friend the whole time? Oh, because the map is complete. The Eagle's Beak. It sounds like the name of, like, a famous, like, old-timey pub. I don't know if there is a Zelda game with bad music. I mean, how about the CDI games? I actually haven't played them, so their soundtracks could be amazing, for all I know. I'd really love to. I'd really love to check them out, but and I know they've been ported onto PC. I don't know. CDI emulation is really tricky though, and the physical, like, you know, hardware and software is outrageously expensive, so I don't know. I don't know if they're in my future. What kind of enemy is this? It's a volcanic jello. I can't make this jump. I'm not allowed to grab this ledge. Yeah, well, I know they had the 2 side-scrollers. Did they do the top-down game as well? Because there's actually 3 of them, right? And I knew that the 2 side-scrollers had been done. But I don't think I've heard anything about the 3rd game. Don't think so. You can always check. Yeah, I mean, I could look into it. I just didn't know if you knew off the top of your head. I know it's kind of like a different thing, the, you know, the top-down one. But it just seems like if you're gonna go for them, you want to go for all of them. What is that? What is that? Is this... So this must be the end of the level, so I don't want to pick that up, because I still didn't finish exploring the right-hand side. But we'll remember where that is. It's just the side-scrollers. That's kind of disappointing. Because, yeah, I definitely want to do the lot. I don't know. I don't know why not just go ahead and do the other one. I guess that, other people look at it with the opposite perspective, though. Like, that one's different, so why bother doing it? Your favorite Zelda will become the Zelda CDI. Well, I mean, we're actually in real danger. We're actually in real danger. The way that I fall in love with janky and bogus games, that's entirely possible. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick, like, cause I really like the Zelda games a lot. It's hard to pick, like, what among them is my favorite. I really want to do a playthrough of the Wind Waker on the stream. It won't be a first playthrough because I did play the game back when it came out, but I kind of rushed through it and had a fairly minimal experience of it, so it doesn't live in my head and heart the way that I the way that a lot of other Zelda games do. So I'd like to re-experience it and see. Kind of actually go through it properly. That's probably the Zelda game I want most to play on stream. But there's a few others that I've never played at all. The Oracle games and Skyward Sword, and the new one that came out. Which, I don't know how well people like that one. I've been avoiding information on it, because I do want to play that, and have already picked it up. So hopefully it's a good time. I thought we'd get to it more quickly, because I bought it at release, because I thought I'd get to it right away, but I've been very, very busy. I've been very, very busy for the past 3 months. So, maybe in February. Skyward Sword's underrated. The HD version. Original motion controls. I don't know. Yeah. I'd probably want to play the original. But I do hate motion controls. So, I don't know. I'm not really in a hurry to play that one, though, because I don't know a lot about it, but I've been put off by some of the general stuff that I've heard about it, particularly its massive degree of, like, handholdiness and talkiness. I've been told I will probably really resent, so that makes me scared. My impression is that it's really liked by people who enjoy the lore of Zelda. Yeah, I may be off with that, but that's the impression I've got, is that it's really liked by people who enjoy the lore, and I don't really care that much about the overall lore. So, that's not a draw for me. But, like, it's no different than any other 3D Zelda with the hand-holdy stuff. Alright. Yeah, because they do tend to be. The 3D Zeldas do tend to be really hand-holdy. So, maybe it's no worse. I don't know. Works if you have the Wii Motion Plus built in and not the little add-on thing, but I've definitely got that, so I'm good in that respect. Whoa! Feed me, Seymour. It's the little shop of horrors with the bad ending. Oh my. Does anyone know? Did the Jim Henson Company make the Audrey 2? I know Jim Henson didn't make every puppet, but he kind of did make every puppet. I saw the 3D Zeldas as a gateway for younger gamers to get into the action-adventure genre. I mean, I don't necessarily think that... I don't necessarily think that young people need games that are really hand-holdy. They need games that are not... I think that they should have games that are not super cryptic, but I think maybe we should all have games that are not super cryptic. I don't know really what the best way to learn games is, though, right? Because, like, you know, like, because I kind of, you know, because we kind of grew up with games, right? Video games sort of, you know, I mean, there's some exceptions among our crowd here. We do have a range of ages, but, like, for me, like, video games are a thing that always existed, but they also just kind of barely existed as I was coming onto the scene. So, like, I grew up as game development grew up as, like a medium, and I grew up as the technology grew up. So it's difficult for me to see, like, how you should learn to play games in a world where all of the games from my life exist simultaneously. Right? For me, like, it makes sense to start with 2D games and progress to 3D games. Rather than to start with 3D games and try to go back to 2D games. But I've only got one, like, frame of reference to think from. So my, you know, my analytical abilities here are pretty hindered. What is this bird? This is a weird bird with human legs. Why? How does this fit into the world of the game? The movie? What is going on? Is that... Please tell me that's not a real bird. I think tutorials should always be an option, that way you can turn them off. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of having a tutorial as a separate option selectable from the main menu. Like, I think Cuphead starts with a tutorial where you just run through a little level with a bunch of, like, signs posted in the background telling you what buttons to press so you can learn all the moves real quick. I think that's mandatory. It's real brief. I think it's mandatory in that game. I think something like the Cuphead tutorial, but not mandatory and accessible at the start from the menu, is, like, the best way to give a tutorial for a game. Because then it's there for people that need it. But then, like, for people like me, you can skip over it without feeling like you're skipping over part of the game. I think it's good to have the tutorial separate. But I like, you know, but see, the thing is, like, because I specifically like learning without a tutorial at all. I'd definitely rather there be, like, if my options are no tutorial or skippable tutorial, like, or like, even then I would prefer no tutorial for myself, but... I don't think everyone should make the same mistakes that I make. Hey, Christian Cool, thank you for the lurk. There's a scene in the movie with giant birds, so it's accurate to the movie at least. As it so happens, I watched it with my niece over the weekend, so it's very fresh for me, Cow says. It's not actually a bird with human legs, it's just the proportion of the thighs was... It does have, like, bird feet, but the proportion of, like, thigh and calf are just a bit too close to human. It's a very uncanny bird. No! Climbed up into damage. That's rough. I actually thought that might be the end of the level. Oh, it is! Hang on, I'm not ready for this. Oh. Well. Hang on, can I go in here? You bet I can. Look at all the treasure I almost missed out on. I see more treasure up there. Can I reach any of that? I can. Nice. Oh my goodness. Look at all this treasure. It's like Calvin and Hobbes said, there's treasure everywhere. Oh my goodness, look at this. I didn't notice. It's a skull. This is a skull temple. Look, we got two eyes. It's weeping. It's a weeping skull temple. This is a, what? This is an Undertale game. Ominous. I think that's all the stuff. I think we got all the stuff. I put a picture of the birds in the Discord. Thank you, cows. That's not a doorway? It's really tough. It's really tough to tell what a doorway, what's a doorway and what isn't. Oh yeah, I forgot, we have pineapples. I've been struggling with these birds every time. And it's all my fault because I'm just refusing to throw pineapples. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, throwing pineapples is not as simple as it sounds. Trying to hold back a sneeze. The climbing is pretty slow. So if you're looking to do a speed run of this game, I recommend employing the jump up the vine technique. It'll save you a lot of time if you really master the movement, I think. I don't really understand the flow of the environments of this game. Like, we started in the city, and then, like, moved into the forest, and, like, that made sense, but then we've kind of just been going really randomly throughout the forest. It's kind of like we're on this quest, but we don't really know where to go. So, like, we're among the trees, we're in the vines, we're in the caves. We see a temple, and then suddenly we're in the trees again. Like, it's just kind of all over the place. Extra life, let's go. Okay, there's a lot going on with this building. These are some very, like... the blue and red really stands out. It's, like, it's hard to look at after so much, like, muted colors. Is this a doorway? Can I go in here? You bet I can go in here! Look at all these coins! It's been a while since we've gotten a password. I'm happy to see it. JX49 H3. So earlier there was a letter, I couldn't tell if it was a K or an H. Definitely it was a K. You want to write that down? I always write down the passwords. The TV said that? The TV in your house said that when the password came out? Welcome to our city. The temple. Well, that's an interesting little bit of synchronicity. Chell, my beloved cow says. Chell is the name of the character from Portal as well, right? Probably no connection. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Look at the way this guy climbs a ladder. He doesn't even put his feet on the rungs. He just pulls himself up by the arm and dead legs it. Oh. It's a... He put all of his character points into upper body strength. I don't know, maybe I read the animation wrong. It looks like the way he climbs a vine. It doesn't look like he's walking up the ladder. It looks like he's pulling himself up from his arms exclusively. But, no, what? I thought for sure we'd be able to stand on that. Grab it? Good. Hang on. Is this circle in the background supposed to be the sun? Just like over there on the left, just like we had... But there's another sun? It's either a sun or there's perfectly spherical clouds. We had a stage where there were multiple moons in the background, so multiple suns in the background is perfectly possible. Cloud looks like a bowling ball. I can't say I've seen a bowling ball in that when I've been cloud gazing before, but we've got one on our hands now, it would seem. Oh no, is this level a maze? I think this level is a maze, my friends. Oh, the turtle's tough. Perspective. Oh. Bird's dropping stones on me. That was scary. Didn't know I was gonna fall onto. I've seen spikes down below, so in other parts of the stage, so I know a drop onto spikes is not out of the question. Oh. I think we got it. Priest. I've gone from using no pineapples to using exclusively pineapples because we've built up such a supply. Like, I feel like I probably couldn't burn through them all even if I had to. No, don't climb back up. That was unfortunate. Please don't land on an enemy. No! Nice, that was a lot of health back. In any other game, I would think that receiving so much health is a sign that a boss was on the horizon, but the bosses so far seem to be isolated to their own individual levels. Snake. Alright. I didn't see any... I never encountered a priest. Oh. Is that you? I challenge you to beat us at a ball game? Whoa! It's the only part of the movie I remember. Victory. That was so silly. LV5RFR. So that puts us roughly halfway through the game, probably. Thank you for the trophies, cows. Because I imagine that was probably like about the halfway point of the movie. Dorado. There's probably 20 levels. There's probably 20 levels to the game. Still liking the game? Yeah, this game is fine. That boss fight was really silly, but I'm not gonna be upset by silliness. Not at all. Yeah, this game is good. This game's like hidden gem of the Game Boy Color. Top 5 platformers on the console. A colossal failure in terms of like jankuary material, but a delightful surprise. And, you know, kind of the thing that we want. I don't know, we want the games to either be really good or memorably terrible. Preferably without torturing me for months on end. To whichever one says, preferable for whom exactly? Well, that's just an endless row of spikes. Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. The Road to El Dorado, good movie. That seems to be a pretty unanimous consensus. A lot of praise for this film. I don't really remember the movie. I know I've seen it several times because it's one that we had on tape, but it just, I don't know, I can't find it in the files in my brain. It's been deleted. I know I've seen it. I suppose I liked it as well. I'll have to rewatch it. The game is fantastic. Highly recommend the game. It's a good time. The bosses are kind of not very good. The bosses are not good in the sense that they're way too easy. The very first one is maybe a little frustrating too. But even though it's a little frustrating, I think anyone can be through it reasonably quickly. So it's definitely not it doesn't really affect the quality of the game overall too much. But then the rest of the bosses have just been like pretty weak. I don't know if there was some other way to make progress I was supposed to have found. I don't like the idea that the mandatory path is just damage boosting across those spikes. The ghost of the babe isn't gonna rescue herself. I do need to get back to Jump King. Probably won't happen until next month, though. I tell you what, when I play the new Zelda game, we'll pair it with Jump King. I'll do an hour of Jump King every night, at least, before Zelda. That's how we'll get back into Jump King. I'll do an hour or two of Jump King and then, like, 2 or 3 hours of Zelda every night. That's how we'll do it. So maybe next month. Because those are both on the Switch, and I like having nights where I don't have to switch between composite and HDMI capture. I like not having to change my capture card. And we can also throw that hamster game in there for good measure. I know everyone's looking forward to the night that's 2 hours of Jump King and 3 hours of hamsters. Uh, the king. But I want all the coins. They're really throwing themselves into those jumps. The animations are great. Like, look at our flowing hair. And yeah, really throwing ourselves into these jumps. I mean, that's how you jump, right? If you want to go the distance, you point the direction you want to go with all 4 limbs. When you point with that degree of insistence, gravity has to obey. That's simply how gods jump. What? Interesting. This run cycle animation actually makes me think of like some of the some of the Metroid-y Castlevania games. This is how Shinoa runs in Order of Ecclesia. Like really leaning into it. The wind whipping by you. Okay, we cannot throw pineapples from the ladder. Which makes sense, considering, as I observed before, that we're not supporting ourselves with our legs at all. We can't afford to take a hand off the rungs. When I saw that Miguel was going oops all arms on the ladders, I really wanted to accuse him of skipping leg day, but nobody jumps like this when they're nobody who's neglecting their lower limbs can jump like this. Maybe if you could throw with your feet. Extra life, let's go. Definitely not skipping leg day, considering he can outrun a stampeding bull. I challenge you to defeat the cougar. Oh no. Well, as I said before, the bosses are a little weak. Because apparently just stand here and mash the button is the winning strategy. I appear to be invincible. I remember this cat being a lot more terrifying than this game would lead us to believe, Cat says. I mean, its health bar is empty, and it's still going. Victory. LNJSBR. Okay. Again, before there was a character, I wasn't sure if it was an 8 or a B. Now I see it must have been an 8. Because that's definitely a B. The Grottos. 1. Thing. Zekil Khan had to downgrade for the Game Boy Color. Is that the name of the cat? I'm scared. Why did they have to put those spikes there? Because I really want those health jars, but I'm just gonna land on those spikes if I keep trying to get them. They put them at a very inconvenient height. That's the evil priest guy. Zekul Khan. Okay, please land on that thing with the health jars. It'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if this looped me back around to that health. I think it does. Oh, it did, and I missed the jump. What a blunder. Ah, that's much better. What is up with... Look in the bottom left. What is going on with Miguel's face? Look at his mouth. He's got a horrifying predator mouth. I don't know why the artwork is so disturbing. I've got to be misinterpreting what I'm seeing, right? I don't know, it looks really disturbing. I think that's supposed to be his goatee, but yeah, it's creepy. That's supposed to be a beard and mustache, I think. This facial hair doesn't translate well to 8-bit. It looks horrific. I can't stop staring at it now. That was all bonus. All of that was bonus. It's hard to protect ourselves from the enemies because everything's at like everything's at a really inconvenient height hereabouts. Okay, yeah, okay, so the pixels on the right are supposed to be the other side of his hair. Ooh, this is a tough coin to get. In fact, I couldn't get it. I'm gonna take the hit. It may cost me my life, but at least I got the coin, right? My priorities are definitely appropriately aligned. Rip. I got what I deserved. Got a lot of health now, so don't... We can afford to make mistakes, but don't waste it. The predator mouth is a cooler interpretation. Oh, it's disturbing to look at. I'm actually halfway through my supply of pineapples. I may run through them. I may run out of them. Tulio's portrait is significantly easier on the eyes. I don't know if the slide counts as an attack. Well, I think it doesn't. It's fun, though. I was pretty sure I was going to head directly into a bed of spikes. I'm very glad I didn't. Emerald waterfall. Wait. There's a whole bunch of stuff down there. There's got to be a way into there, right? I don't know. I don't see anything. Unless there's a doorway somewhere. It's been a while. It's been a while since I found a doorway. Oh. There's a doorway right here. Is this over there? Oh, I think it is. It is, definitely. Beautiful. Tulio looks vaguely like Vegeta. I know that's a Dragon Ball character. Don't know what they look like, though. The only Dragon Ball character that I know... I mean, I figure out, like, I know what Goku looks like. And I know what Piccolo looks like. He's the big green guy, right? I don't think I could place anyone else. That's it. That's the whole level? That was a crazy short level. Way to the treasure? I think my 20 stage prediction is going to be correct. I think we've got this. There's probably a last boss, and then that's probably it. Right? That was a door? I tried going through one of those on the other level, and it didn't work. The snake. Oh my goodness. Enemies guarding every ledge at every turn. This treasure is very well protected. Oh, that's... I didn't interpret that as spikes. I thought it was just another pile of treasure. The golden spikes of death. Okay, that door is probably mandatory, and the elevator is probably bonus. Please don't lift me into a ceiling of spikes. Oh yeah. Nice. Could use some health, please. I'm just assuming it's... Yep, I was just gonna say, I'm just assuming it's all spikes down below. That was a fair guess. I do not approve of these spikes right here at the top of the ladder. Alright, well, let's go. Password? JMWJD7. The city is being attacked by Cortez. Save El Dorado. The treasure. Wasn't the other stage called the treasure? Whoa. Those are scary platforms. I knew I was walking into an enemy. No, the sling! Hang on. I went to collect this, and it despawned, and then I walked away and came back for unrelated reasons, and it had reappeared. So I think I was wrong about the level count. We're gonna get more than 20 stages because we got a password. And there's got to be at least a final boss. Oh. Okay, well, he's not weak in the knees. Ah! What's he doing? I understand the logic of this fight now. Or do I? Oh no, I went for an extra hit and paid the price. The Jaguar got downsized, but Cortez got supersized. Oh no. I didn't even know the crawl was an ability. I don't understand. It actually seemed like that was going to work. Stop doing this move. Bogus. No, I misread. Almost tripped to the finish line, but we got it. Victory! Oh, thank goodness. I like that the final boss was actually like a real boss. And not crazy easy like everything else, but I wish its difficulty weren't like the product exclusively of jank. And that's the end. The ending of the game went by so quickly I didn't even catch any of it. Oh. Alright, so the bosses are pretty trash, but everything else about this game is really good. That was a lot of fun. This was a really good game. This is a really solid platformer for the Game Boy Color. That's a lot of fun. And just remember, this is to be played on that tiny screen as well. I wonder how it would look on real hardware. This game is now the front runner of January 2025. What a great game. Absolutely fantastic. So we might not make it. Oh, let's see what this Ubi key is all about. Oh, it's just for the... It's just for the... some kind of multiplayer bonus thing. I can't... Alright. Well... This game was excellent. A good time. Really glad we played it. Victory. Oh yeah, Emperor's New Groove. I'm gonna take a little BRB. I need to run upstairs and get a bottle set up for Baby Man. And I'll have to sneak away when he decides that he wants a snack. He slept pretty well though. Well, Jelly put him down a little late. So, I'm not exactly sure when he's gonna want that, but it'll probably be within the next hour. So I'm gonna get a bottle ready and get our next game set up. And yeah, we're gonna start the Emperor's New Groove. I might not be able to make it all the way through that one tonight, but we're at least gonna start it. And the PlayStation 1 game, the PlayStation games might be in our future. So we'll just keep the details. We'll just keep the details. No spoilers. But yeah, we're playing the Game Boy Color game tonight. But the PS1 game, I plan for that to be in our future. I'll be back with you in just a few minutes, my friends. Thank you for enjoying this one with me. I'll see you shortly.